today on 15 on 15.
The tourist who was lost at sea speaks out in an interview. Plus, this Uber stand can help to eliminate drunk driving. Find out how in Lifestyle. Also, we take a look at a unique art form today involving glass. Thank you for joining us. I'm Yentl Lieuw. The tourist who was lost at sea for more than 30 hours on Aruba spoke out regarding his kitesurfing nightmare in a recent interview when he arrived back to his hometown. An NBC affiliate covered the story from Delray Beach. Take a look.
When you're out there and you don't see anything and you realize just how small you are and just how big the ocean is.
Tonight, a Delray Beach man is back home after what was supposed to be a fun getaway with his girlfriend to Aruba, and it turned into a fight for survival.
John Grady was stranded out at sea for 36 hours after taking a kiteboarding lesson.
News Channel 5's Brian Enton just spoke with Grady. We're going to turn to him in Delray Beach for the complete story. Brian?
This man and his girlfriend say they have never been so happy to be back home here in Delray Beach. Supposed to be a dream vacation. Kiteboarding lessons in Aruba that turned into hours, that turned into days, stuck at sea. This Delray Beach couple never knew it could feel so good to be in each other's arms.
It's just a bad scene, really. It's a bad situation.
On vacation in Aruba, John Grady's kiteboarding lesson goes terribly wrong.
The bad luck is the engine popping off the back, and then when he went to pull me in the boat, he hit the emergency release on the kite, and the kite goes sailing away. The kite was going to be our sail to get back to land.
With no engine and no kite, John and the instructor start drifting out to sea.
I just look at him and I said, like, get the radio. He's like, it's not here. I said, what do you mean it's not here? Because I don't have my radio, I don't have my cell phone.
Hours go by. It gets dark, wet, windy, and cold. The U.S. Coast Guard is searching, but in the wrong place.
Sun comes up, we start to dry out, and we stand up, and there's nothing in sight anywhere. We've drifted overnight. We don't know how far we've drifted. We have no idea where we are.
John sees a tanker in the distance and signals them with a flashlight.
Somebody in the tanker saw us, and I saw the front of the tanker stop and turn towards us.
36 hours on the small dinghy in the middle of the ocean. The nightmare is finally over.
That was the happiest moment of my life, for sure.
He said, they've been found. And I collapsed into her arms, and she collapsed into my arms, and we just started bawling, and it was incredible.
Grady says at least, thank goodness, that kiteboarding instructor had bottled water on that small little rubber dinghy, but he says overall the instructor and the company was not prepared for an emergency like this. He says it's a reminder to everyone to make sure you have emergency supplies before going out on the water. Live in Delray Beach, Brian Enton, WPTV News Channel 5.
In other local news, Old Par is a whiskey widely distributed and widely consumed on the island. A launching recently took place for Old Par Tribute, in which ambassadors of the brand guarantees Old Par drinkers will love. Tribute promises to be a great journey for your taste buds, especially if you are already an Old Par 12-year-old drinker.
Very exciting moment that we are living in Aruba right now. It's a launching that's a very, very special product, which is Old Par Tribute. It comes from the DNA of Old Par 12 years old, and it goes further. It was created especially for those adorers and consumers of Old Par 12-year-old and goes deeper. It gives you a very special experience because it takes the fruitiness, the smoothness, the wood character of Old Par and goes deeper, and it makes the Old Par experience very, very special.
The flavors of Tribute will have you savoring the taste of the whiskey. Here's a description of what Old Par Tribute tastes like.
For those adorers of Old Par Deluxe, in Old Par Tribute you will find more smoothness, more roundness, more sweetness, more fresh fruit aromas, and then on the palate it's going to be very rounded, very silky. It's really taking the experience of Old Par 12 to another level. So if you love Old Par 12, you need to taste Tribute.
Aruba is an important market to Old Par. Since it is many people's drink of choice, a proper launch and celebration for Tribute on the island was in order.
Because Arubans love all power. I mean, we have to be where our people love our brand. So we launched it in Colombia, in Panama, and now in Aruba. So we are privileged to be here in one happy island to launch All Power Tribute. And it's very special because during years I have visited the island during some years, and All Power is always present in the mind of the Arubians. So perfect place to launch such a great product.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Protect your clothing with a spray. We'll tell you how next.
Thanks for staying tuned to 15 on 15. Driving under the influence is an issue in many parts of the world, including Aruba. One of the main reasons people drive under the influence is because they don't have a ride home or they don't want to deal with the hassle of calling and paying for a taxi. Maybe all Aruba need is a breathalyzer stand called Uber Stand. Watch this.
What is this? What's this all about?
Look at this. Uber safe. You drink, we drive. Place straw and hold and blow here for a ride on us. All right, let's try it out.
Ready, set, blow.
Keep it going. Blow, blow, blow.
How drunk are you? Analyzing data? My favorite.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Finding pickup location.
Requesting driver. That's exactly. Look, it's here.
I guess I'm not driving anymore.
We got an Uber. A free Uber? I flew over. Thanks, Uber. Never drink and drive, folks.
So the experiment is part of a campaign to promote the Uber app. I would have to assume if you sign up for the app, your next ride home is a click away. Here's something interesting in relation to sex. There is a weird way how other women can impact a female's ability to orgasm. A new study says in order to orgasm, you may need to talk to other women, and no, not for advice. Women are more likely to have an orgasm during sex when they think other women think their partner is hot. For the study, researchers had 439 women in committed relationships report on when they last had sex, whether they orgasmed, their personal assessment of their partner's sexiness, and how they thought other women perceived their guy's attractiveness. The results from the study showed women who had orgasms were more likely to think their man was attractive, and it helped majorly when they knew other women thought he was attractive too. And switching over to a new product on the market, it is now something called Never Wet, which protects your clothing from your messy self or messy others. Check it out.
Never Wet is a super hydrophobic system. The spray works on any clothing and it protects it from water, chocolate, ketchup, mustard, and more. Hydrophobic means surface is water resistant. Super hydrophobic means water will shoot off of the surface. Here's an experiment to prove how effective it is. On this piece of glass right here, the borders are sprayed and the center is not. You can see the center where it wasn't sprayed attracting water, whereas the borders repelling the water.
I'm all for smaller laundry loads. Let's take a very quick break. Here's what's coming up next for you.
Artists melt glass, blow glass, and even plays with material to make them 2D. More on this coming up.
Now, when I say glass, what would you typically think of? Perhaps the cups in your house made of glass, or the windows in your office that is glass. But the material can be used in far more creative ways than one. Glass can be an art form. Watch this.
At Terrafuse, you can melt glass, blow glass, or transform pieces in 2D objects. Coming up this Sunday is a workshop where the general public has the opportunity to appreciate this art form.
This Sunday, we're presenting the final works of the workshop. During this presentation, we asked the public to come experience the glass as a sort of journey into what is glass and the possibilities of forms, shapes, sounds, and even smells that the glass makes, and how they're put together as a work of art, or as a meditative state, or as a story that someone told through the glass.
Those involved with the presentations promises the event to be a one-of-a-kind experience.
Sunday we invite you to see is one experience. I think you don't have the facility to see in many places, and they made all real. I hope you're going to enjoy, okay? How is the glass, how is the beginning of the glass, how they coming, how you can manage, and we are invite you to enjoy.
This weekend's demonstration incorporated aspects of Aruba into the glass pieces in order to make the experience even more authentic.
During this workshop, we had done research on our beautiful island, on the history, the indigenous history, as well as our current, our ocean, our beaches, our people, and our experiences here. So everything is influenced in the way we work with the objects that we make or how we set it up. So it is very nice to walk through nature and find these objects or find these installations that show this story.
The students and teachers of the workshop encourages the community to support this unique type of art.
This is something very unique. There are not many of this kind of activity here in Aruba, so it is very nice to share, and we want the public's support.
The open house at Terra Fuse takes place Sunday, April 12th from 2 to 6 p.m. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time, and we will have a brand new edition of the show for you with a great lineup of topics. So we will see you then.